They stood before the sands of time, monuments of stone that defied centuries of erosion, yet behind their beauty lies a secret, a hidden thread in the story of Black civilization that few ever speak about. This is the untold mystery of Blacks, the story of how Black peoples built pyramids in Egypt, carved churches into mountains in Ethiopia, and left behind wonders that challenge what we think we know about history.
The Forgotten Origins. For centuries, the world has wondered who built the pyramids. Were they slaves, aliens, or a lost civilization? The truth lies deeper, in Africa itself. Long before Egypt's first dynasty, powerful Black kingdoms thrived in Ethiopia and Nubia. Their builders mastered stone, astronomy, and sacred geometry. They were the first architects of the Nile, the ancestors of the Pharaohs. The river of civilization. The Nile begins in the Ethiopian highlands. From those mountains flowed people, language, and culture. As they followed the river north, they carried their gods, their science, and their way of life. The oldest Egyptian texts call their homeland Ta-Seti and Punt, the lands of the south. Even pharaohs said their ancestors came from there. Egypt's civilization was born from the waters of Ethiopia. The Bloodline of Builders. The first kings of Egypt wore the crown of the south. They united the land following the wisdom of their forefathers, the builders of Nubia. Archaeology confirms it. Early Egyptian tools, tombs, and symbols mirror those of ancient Ethiopia. DNA and skeletal studies show clear southern origins. The earliest Egyptians were Black Africans, part of the same lineage that still thrives in Ethiopia today. The knowledge of stone. The art of pyramid building began long before Giza. In Nubia and northern Ethiopia, ancient engineers built stepped tombs and stone temples aligned to the stars. This knowledge traveled north with migration and trade. By the time Egypt rose, the blueprint already existed. The pyramid was not a miracle, it was memory, passed from generation to generation along the Nile. The return of the Black Pharaohs. When Egypt weakened, the south rose again. The Kushite kings, Black Pharaohs from Nubia, conquered and restored Egypt's glory. King Pai declared himself the true heir of the Nile's legacy. Under his dynasty, temples were rebuilt, art revived, and the memory of the southern ancestors reborn. They did not invade, they returned home. Ethiopia, the living legacy. While Egypt faded, Ethiopia endured. At Lalibela, Axum, and Yeha, builders carved cathedrals and obelisks from living rock. Their precision rivals the pyramids. Their faith and geometry echo the same cosmic order that guided the pharaohs. From the pyramids to the rock-hewn churches, one spirit connects them, the African genius of creation. The truth in the stones. The story of civilization does not begin in Greece or Rome. It begins in Africa, with the Black peoples of Ethiopia and Nubia. They shaped empires, carved mountains, and mapped the stars. Their legacy flows through the Nile, written in every stone from Giza to Lalibela. The world forgot their names, but the stones remember. The language of the gods. Ancient tongues still carry the code. The sacred language of Ethiopia, Ge'ez, shares roots with the speech of early Nile priests. Words for sun, life, and spirit echo across both worlds. The alphabet, the rhythm, the chants, all tell the same story. One cultural heart, beating through time, from Axum to Memphis. The science of the sky. Before telescopes, before compasses, the builders of Ethiopia read the heavens. They aligned temples to solstices and stars, marking seasons with precision. This same celestial knowledge appears in Egypt's pyramids, perfectly aligned to Orion and Sirius. Different lands, one science, born in Africa's highlands and perfected along the Nile. The Reawakening. Today the truth rises again. Archaeology, DNA, and African scholarship reveal what was hidden for centuries. The world's first architects, astronomers, and mathematicians were black. They were Ethiopian, Nubian, and Egyptian, one family, one civilization. Their story is not lost. It is returning, carried by a new generation ready to speak their true history. The pyramids are African. The builders were black. Their roots are Ethiopian.